And with the mag nearby, Chalice needs to be careful.
The blur.
Now
He knows.
They have the hawk over. Crit spots him. They find the catch there, and the skewer, stampede, everything used. Chalice over in the trees, eventually brought down. Roar, walk away.
He's trying to just buy as much time. He sees that his team is pushing bottom lane. Will die eventually, but Slark got a lot of farm bottom out of that, and his team was also kind of farming a bit. EG making good aggressive moves.
Does look like Slark is thinking about going back for the Shadow Blade after the Echo Saber. Stun there, as well as a Static Storm down. Maybe not able to get off his ultimate, but Ahame is here as well. Is already found and killed offline. Now, can they bring down this Dragon Knight in time? The good shards, and now the Armlet Toggle walk away.
Wow.
Maybe. What a player. Oh, Hoof Stomp, S4 trying to interrupt. Snowball save coming from FY. Just a little, hey, how you doing? And now Ame shows up as well, and this Centaur in some trouble. They jump in with the Monkey King as well. So we begin to go into the Shadow Dance. Sumail still hanging on to all of this. Arteezy has the vision there on top of him. A good shards yet again. Boundless Strike. Dark packed it off. And that spells the end of the aggression.
I'm just glad we have both teams. They're not like, don't take the fight, don't take. They're like, let's fight, let's fight, let's fight. We have 31 kills in 18 minutes, Gabe. This is a
dream game.
Name has to be careful.
Bold as brass. He will be able to get out of that one yet again. It's a DD rune. What do they want to do with this? Oh, LGD. They pop the Dragon form. I don't know if you want to fight into DDPA. In the middle of it also with the Boundless Strike. The Walrus Punch, but this PA is so hard to handle. And now the Glimpse pulls back in that Dragon Knight. No way to escape as they've got him controlled and maybe going to fall.
Straight to Roche. That is absolutely massive for EG. How thankful they find themselves a DD to be able to just rush into the fight. And that was maybe, he popped DK form. He went to go, I think he went to try to cut the tree of the Monkey King. Gets caught, and EG with the BKB and the DD. Way stronger than LGD there.
A fortuitous rune and an overextension coming from LGD. And now, after a troubling early game, Arteezy has definitely caught up, sitting just about top of the net worth after they take down this Roche.
As Kyle would say, exponential growth for the PA's net farm. I'm sure JJ loves that as well. Ame has to be careful.
Stampede, they pull him back in with the Shockwave, but Roche has already fallen. They have the Static Storm down. This Slark in trouble. They're going to skewer him up to the high ground, actually. That keeps Ame alive. Crit, is this going to be enough? He's trying to escape, but the Pounce gets interrupted. A long duration stun by virtue of the Centaur. But in the end, it is Arteezy that claims his prize. And EG in control now.
And quite a lot of control as bottom. Now Arteezy's even jumping forward. He will get roared. Chalice.
Just trying to run and gonna TP away from there before things get a little bit.
Ooh, so close.
20 minutes. This one has not slowed down a bit.
No, but maybe's farm has slowed down quite a lot on that Dragon Knight. We'll have the Shadow Blade soon finished up too, so he will be the one that builds that Silver Edge. Like you mentioned, also the Slark is building for Shadow Blade too, so mobility and just trying to play around their vision to try to take advantage versus EG, but EG has really closed that gap and shifted that experience advantage into their favor in these last few moments, and with, like you said, fortuitous rune.
And we have BKBs now that are coming out as well. Looks like Monkey Kings is going to be being flown out on the courier in just a second. PA's already got hers. We're still a little ways away from a Crimson Guard, but if you're LGD now, you kind of feel like the pressure's starting to build a little bit more. How do you deal with this sort of Aegis now on the PA? Do you just need to like keep kiting? It feels like it's hard to fight into this right now.
They have to play around their vision. That's like Panel mentioned it, like we were talking about a bunch. They have to be able to catch when people are split up. And they should be able to in theory when they have the Hawk down, when they see EG kind of splitting up. Like right now, they have a Hawk down, they see Disruptor in the jungle, they saw Centaur bottom, and now they're going to be able to see the PA top too. So they know that they're split up, so they're hunting. So it's just hunt when they're split up until that Aegis is gone, and then they still can look to take fights, because it's not like these BKBs are the end-all be-all on the side of EG. They still have Grimstroke and Beastmaster. They can still double roar people constantly and lock them down through those BKBs. Still quite good. I mean, BKBs are always going to be very useful to at least block like the Dragon Tail, block a bit of that nuke damage that comes from Tusk and Dragon Knight.
Yeah, but I agree. It sort of feels like that's that LGD lineup that can't really stop fighting just because the BKBs are there. You need to keep the pressure on for sure. Looks like the blur is going to end. Crit still playing hang out with Arteezy mode right now. Throwing on that Empower whenever they get a chance to.
The one crazy thing is that LGD's two supports, they have GPM talents. So we're going to see the supports on the LGD getting quite a bit of farm just from those level 10 talents, those 90 GPMs. When you look at EG's, Their two supports don't really have that. So they're going to start getting a bit under-farmed.
Stampede use as S4 wants to get away from FY, and looks like they're going to be able to escape.
EG wants to fight with numbers. They don't want to fight with a number disadvantage versus the side of LGD, which LGD wants to fight with a number advantage over EG right now.
Maybe is not here. He is up in the north side of the jungle. And PA will catch sight of Chalice there, the boar. Okay, that could have been close with some axes being thrown.
EG's grouping up. They're building... Is that like a pretty much full MKB here? It looks like a pretty much full MKB coming up for RTZ.
Oh, wow.
Soon, very soon. Quarterstaff is all he needs for it.
This is something I was talking to a few people about when the change happened to PA. Now that it's just flat bonus attack speed, those proccing items feel like they're quite strong. Not to mention the fact that you're going to be going eventually into evasion.
Yeah.
So, bottom lane, S4 clears out the creep wave.
Yep, adjusting their lanes. This is where they can start to get picked off here from LGD if they're in the right occasions, in the right situations. And I mean, FY and Ame, they are looking to catch people who are split off. They have the Shadow Blade on Ame, so he feels a lot safer to now kind of walk in and look for these pickoffs in the back lines onto that Disruptor in particular. But EG sitting around in the area with at least 4 other heroes. They're just having RTZ alone up there. As they're going to smoke out. They want to use this last minute of the Aegis to take some type of fight here versus LGD.
I don't know if that one was quite scouted out, as it was next to a ward.
It looked like it was not. It looked like it was just outside of it, but it looks like the way LGD is actually moving, they might have actually seen it. I didn't actually have fog switched, so I didn't get to see in time.
But the wraparound coming now. Seeing if they could find somebody. FY being the bodyguard, and S4 is going to break his smoke onto FY. Chase, glimpse, got him caught. Ooh, that play with the charge and snowball. What a player. FY, but it might not be enough regardless.
That was still like it was so quick the way he made the decision. He sharded to get vision of the neutrals, and then he snowballed it. But yeah, we'll die. That's the beauty of the Disruptor.
Immediate smoke out again afterwards. EG want to keep this fight going. They feel incredibly strong right now, with only about a minute left on this Aegis. Actually, less than that. It's about to expire in a second, but they will still kill off X-Nova. So Aegis expires.
They see Sumail. They have the Hawk before he even went. Uh-oh, Sumail.
Danger. And BKB is going to turn it back around. Doesn't get the Wukong's command off. That bonus armor not going to come. And it is going to be a kill there. Onto the Monkey King.
Oh, Chalice, though, walking into the three of EG heroes.
Wrong place, buddy. Chalice. Also fall here, and FY still in the area. They have the kinetic field down, chasing forward, wanting to find it. Ame in the Shadow Dance, not able to get off any ulti there as they're going to snowball over to the creeps. Still thinking about chasing this one. Blow him up! RTZ, take it easy.
Yep, just PA, you know, just some little bit of damage, just 1,200 crits, you know.
Oh, can't quite get it.
Terrifying.
This PA really has taken over the game.
Yeah, but it's still an incredibly close game. 20-21, and the net worth has literally just been ping-ponging back and forth between the two teams. It's just slightly moving up and down. That's because of the Midas. That's because of the way that they're splitting up the map and playing around their vision. Ame's just been parked down here for the last, 10, 12, 15 minutes or so.
Now. And I mean, this is happening so early on. EG just abandoned the lane and then head down there.
And big timings can happen for LGD, in particular is that BKB on the Slark. Sure, there's BKB piercing on the side of EG, but the biggest thing that you're concerned about is the Slark, the Disruptor.
Yeah, he has been that thorn in his side throughout this game.
Yep.
We have already seen, though, one of the snowball saves could come out later from FY. Significantly harder to do when you're trying to save somebody else.
Yeah. So BKB's finished on Slark. They've got Silver Edge on DK. LGD could look to take a fight here.
Big opening.
They're all in the area too, and this is a Silver Edge. There's a Sentry Ward down.
They want to get him. They spot out that Dragon Knight and immediately going to walk away. Yeah, that's a scary sight.
That's the reveal. They saw him building the Shadow Blade anyway, so they had to assume it was going to be a Silver Edge, but now they know for sure. As it is the Basher also picked up on RTZ, so he's got a hell of a lot of damage and control now coming between just him too.
Immediate smoke coming. Was broken. Ame was not revealed because he was in a Shadow Blade still, but LGD now down on the low ground. EG kind of in an awkward position here. The Hawk is going to spot them moving over, and LGD want to. They could potentially catch them as they're a little bit separated. Up here on the high ground, the first one to reveal is going to be Sumail. They're moving forward for it, but they have that Sentry Ward down, and he just gets out of there. The preemptive tip.
Yeah, that was, maybe it was because he was like moving up and he clicked on it. Like, I don't know, that was a very fast tip there by him, maybe. But he will back up. And that's as soon as the DK form starts to end, they don't want to try to take a fight. So when DK form is used, you've seen they're really trying to hunt and catch somebody there. But as soon as it's over, no longer.
Level 20 talent for Arteezy gets the triple stifling dagger.
Oh, lovely.
And it does look like it's going to be a relatively longer Roche respawn time, about 2 minutes now, till it's back up again. Ame finds S4, the hoof stomp in the midst of the pounce, and then the walk away from it. The triple daggers get thrown out. Chalice playing around a little bit here with Arteezy, who's found that back, but the Walrus Punch, and now the Roar, and now the Snowball. The Static Storm, it's not looking like it's going to do quite as much as they would have wanted, but the Ghost Smith, actually, no, it catches maybe. He tried to push him out with the shards, but couldn't connect on it, and now EG has taken over this fight. They do not have their Dragon Knight. Chase forward, find Chalice, get the kills. EG dominant.
They have to be careful to fight in these like perimeter plays that EG has. When they have the Monkey King ulti down, when they have the Disruptor ulti down, it can be really hard to take fights because this Diffusal Blade is very annoying. Like, anybody who walks into it, they don't really have too many BKBs on the side. They only have one on the side of LGD. They just all lose their mana, and to the high ground EG goes. Just off of that, quick sequence of events.
They don't have buyback on the Dragon Knight. Still 20 seconds until he's back up. They do have buyback on Chalice if they want to try and take the fight afterwards, but it's looking like right now it's at least going to be a lane of racks. EG
Just
making
like
it happen.
That.
Oh, and they spot out Ame.
Oh, the double crit!
Oh, forward! Arteezy!
It was just one crit, but 1,461 damage.
OS Frog, please, and that's no buyback for Ame! He's 500 gold away! I mean, can they stay for more here?
They look a little scared to go for the second interact, because other people are respawning. They're gonna, I mean, you take those.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that happened. PA.
PA things.
Yeah, Slark only 12 armor, right? You get hit by that, it's yeah, just a decent amount of damage there.
I guess they're a little bit worried about with the Beastmaster back up and having Shadow Blades and all those things as well. It could turn dicey pretty quickly. But nonetheless, 5,000 gold lead.
Yeah.
30 minutes into this one.
Yeah, the thing is that they don't know that the Slark doesn't have buyback.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, if you just go too hard, buybacks come in and really risk a great position that you're in now on the side of EG. As Arteezy 10-3-11 in this game. Had a bit of a rough start, right? He was 3-3 or 2-3 or maybe even 1-3 at one point in this game, and then he's just exploded with the farm that his team was able to guarantee him.
So what you're telling me is that Magnus is a good hero.
Magnus is good, and also the way EG prioritized. They had 2 quad stacks and a triple stack by like the 8-minute mark in that triangle area. The support's really focused on that on the side of EG. So
that illusion rune that Disruptor picked up, he just went into the jungle and Fly kept stacking those camps. So solid. But 30 minutes into it now, and EG positioning themselves for Roche.
Now they're just so strong. They have a full Satanic on the PA as well.
They did finish off a Heaven's Halberd for the Tusk with the Blink Dagger and that Urn there on top of them, and LGD wanting to move into position. They blow up Fly right from the get-go. Can they find any more of the Roar to interrupt and try and save? But the RP to follow. Can they kill off LGD in time? So quickly. Chalice is gone, and now they just want to run cleanup duty. The kinetic field keeping FY under control. He is gone. Maybe is the last one left, and he too will fall.
Yeah, that's GG. They call it.
Oh my lord. EG came to play in a big way. And they do it in game number 1.
They didn't even go for, he actually didn't even go for BKB on this, getting all those little items.